All right. So we're going to start the movie Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. And beginning the movie as a dedication to the Challenger, the space shuttle that blew up. Nice touch. Nice touch. Hopefully the movie's not a complete disaster. Too soon? Who knows? Edit. Apparently I'm watching the fourth movie. I thought I put it in the third movie, but apparently I'm watching the fourth movie. May have to scrap this one altogether. No, what the fuck? Oh. Yeah, I'm not watching the fourth one until I watch the third one. Bye. You know what, Carl? Fuck it. Leave it in. just leave that in. We're watching the third one instead of the fourth one. But on the fourth one is where all that thing said about the Challenger going boom. Yeah. Okay, so starting off, they remind you of, as I call it, the good Star Trek movie, Wrath of Khan. I mean, there's probably better movies. I mean, the consensus is that's the best one. That movie's a blast to watch. That movie's fun. First one is way too slow, way too many outside shots. The concept of like the bad guy or whatever, like the main plot was actually pretty cool. It was just very slow. Wrath of Khan is like the difference between Alien and Aliens. He's like, oh, one's kind of a slow kind of burn. The other one is just like, fuck you, get away from her, bitch. It's a completely different feel. And I have to be honest, while saying this is the number 2 is the best one, I have never fully watched the other Star Trek movies. I mean, I've seen like Nemesis and like some of the Next Generation ones, but not the original crew. I have seen the entire series, and I have seen the first 2 movies so far. But I watched those like months and months and months ago. But still, the second one, Wrath of Khan, sticks in your head. It's my God, is that a fun movie? So this movie starts off with reminding you of that part, and well, it can only go interesting from here. Yeah. Okay, so 10 minutes in, Kirk's really doing a good job. I mean, Shatner is doing a really good job as Kirk. Really, they're really letting it sink in that Spock's dead, but I guess they shot him onto like the Genesis planet, which, yeah, I don't remember what the fuck they're talking about. That was probably something from the second movie, and yeah, I'm forgetting right now. I know that sounds stupid. But there's a Klingon warbird, and the captain is Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown himself. Gotta admit, that surprised me a little bit. I know I saw his name in the credits, but I didn't like see him as like, oh, that's who he's gonna be. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, we add in typical corporate bullshit that apparently even the Federation can't get rid of. Um, they're walled off Genesis. They said it's a quarantine planet. Christopher Lloyd wants to use it to his advantage. Of course, why not? Uh, Shatner wants to get back to it because there was some weird Spock telepathic message through Bones. McCoy. I don't know why or what the fuck that was all about, but they're back on Earth. and they're trying to move Scotty over to some other place, and he's like, "Nah, dude, I don't want to go." And I get that too. Also, then they explained the whole Genesis thing. Interesting idea, making planets from nothing, terraforming and whatnot. There's more than terraforming and life. I guess that would be kind of terraforming, wouldn't it? Huh. 20 minutes into the movie, and they have found Spock. Don't know why we needed to title it that. The Search for Spock. Oh, there he is. Kind of a terrible title. Oh well. So, if I got this straight, there's two Spocks. One from the one from the second movie, and one from this movie. So I guess he mind melded with Bones, so that kind of explains the whole dream or possession look takeover thing. I guess that works out. It is weird how they're like, oh no, it's the Vulcan way, in order to, like, all, like, whatever the fuck Sarek was talking about. Which, it used to be taboo that they could, transfer their thoughts to each other or something. That was like a whole storyline. Maybe not at this point in the 80s or whatever, but overall, so far, this movie's well directed. I mean, Nimoy's got to make a name for himself. You can't just be Spock forever, right? I mean, for real, like, it's pretty good. The way it's directed, the way he got people to act. The story's a little weird, but we'll see how it finishes, or whatever. All right. Side note: apparently, Pop-Tarts made a weird mystery flavor. I don't know if I got the old box or something. I mean, it's not supposed to expire, and it was on the shelf, but whatever. It smells like Parmesan, and it tastes like sweet cheese or something. It's not very good. This will not sell, Pop-Tarts. This will not sell. Back to the show. They just said he won't let the ship go out, because he's like, oh, the Enterprise won't take the pounding. Yeah, it will. Enterprise will take all you can give her. That one's for you, Scotty. All right. Okay, like some weird alien dude. I mean, it's a fucking Star Trek thing. But he's got huge ears and, like, these weird places for hair. I think he was, like, weirdly quoting a Smith song. How soon is now? Which has always confused me. Especially when you put it into, like, a sentence. How soon is now? And how soon is now? Slight difference. Interesting. I'm always surprised at, like, how Kirk's trying to do the right thing for his friend, his Spock or whatever. His Spock. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But I always find it interesting, like, how he kind of still questions the fact that his entire fucking crew is ride or die. It's like, you guys don't have to come with me. And then Chekhov's like, dude, we're wasting time. Come on. Like, I don't, like, fuck them. They're going to just decommission the Enterprise. I know it's 20 years old. It's a little busted. But a little, lick of paint. Be fine, And now they woke up the douchebag from the other one who's, like, in a much faster ship. So that should be kind of interesting. Alright. Never piss off Scotty. That's pretty much the whole point of this whole entry right here. They tried to catch up to him, like, oh, just activate the transwarp drive. Come on. Come on. You know he sabotaged that shit already. Come on. It was pretty good so far. I admit that. It's fun. I like it. Alright. I always get confused. Is it Romulan warbird and Klingon bird of prey? Or is it the other way around? Maybe they should have thought of better ideas when they came up with those terms. I keep forgetting Spock. Kirk. Kirk has a son and a brother. The son is like the scientist or whatever in this movie. And like the brother was like one of the last episodes of Star Trek, I think. But like he was like murdered like before you even get to talk to him. I keep forgetting. It's kind of like Sherlock Holmes and and his brothers. You forget like he actually does have other people around him. Just interesting concept. All right. So hour in, Klingons have found Spock and the crew. They blew up the other ship that was supposed to be watching them. So all those people got no fanfare. They just went boom. Spock has hit that age where he wants to tap ass no matter what. You know, the Ponfar. And the planet is tearing itself apart, and Spock is rapidly aging. Don't know how that's going to work out. Let's find out. Never mind, Kirk's alone again. His son just got murked. Actually, that's not the funny part. He went down fighting, I give you that. But Kirk and Lloyd are at a standstill. So, interesting. Kirk blew up the Enterprise. Wow, that didn't come out right, did it? Kirk blew up the Enterprise. Ballsy move. Yeah. The rotating Spocks is a little weird. Let's face it, none of them technically had to act. They just had to look vaguely like Nimoy. Yeah. So Kirk and the Klingon captain, Christopher Lloyd, are having a fight on a dying planet. And Kirk kicks Lloyd right in the nuts. And then my brain went, I wonder what a Klingon penis looks like. That's a weird thought, right? Matter of fact, why do they all have like the same? Do they have the same genitalia? Some other nerds probably explain this. All right. So they got Spock back, kicked Lloyd down a hole, and took him to Vulcan. Well, they didn't take Lloyd to Vulcan. They took Spock in his brain that's trapped in McCoy or his soul or something. I don't know. And McCoy is actually like throwing a little bit of remorse, I guess you want to call that, or compassion, because him and Spock didn't get along because he's like that green bastard. Because Spock's blood is green and they're like reptiles or something. So they're gonna try to fuse the two together. I hope it goes well. Yeah. So, ending. Spock is returned back to himself. Well, he slowly have to remember things. Because, he was trapped in somebody else's body, and his body died and regrew itself rapidly. So, whatever. And he's like there in his like terry cloth bathrobe with the Triforce symbol on it. It's only logical. Overall, I enjoyed this movie. I honestly did. I enjoyed Star Trek 3. It's pretty decent. It feels more like a like an episode, just a longer episode, which is not a bad thing at all. Um, it's different, and I like that. It has a good feel to it. It had some heart to it. It has some pretty decent writing, decent acting, considering, especially coming off from Wrath of Khan. I don't remember anything about the Genesis thing. Maybe that was like part of the plot from the fucking second one, but I haven't watched that in like, I don't know, maybe a year. So it's been a while since I've seen that. I really enjoyed this. Yeah. Star Trek 3. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Maybe 7.5 out of 10. I mean, Wrath of Khan is like a 9.5. That thing's fantastic. You know what? Let's fuck it. Let's give it a solid 8. It's a good, solid story. Nah, 7.5 actually seems more accurate. Because some of the acting was a little weird. Could have done more with the plot. It felt like they weren't pouring a lot of money into the actor. I mean, they got the old actors back, which is always like a good thing. They had some really standout people. Some other people that you see in this movie, you're like, oh, that guy. And he went on to do great things, or whatever. Some things just kind of seem like a little cut, maybe for time, but overall, Leonard Nimoy did a good job on this. It was well directed. He definitely had a good supporting crew and a good cast. Yeah, so that's my Gonzo review of Star Trek 3, 7.5 out of 10. I could go up, go higher. I mean, but that seems like a safe, soft point, especially if I gave Fried Berry a lot higher. But that's a completely different set of like criteria. What did I say? That was an 8.5. I don't have any good rating scales. So, do as Carl always says, do the thing. All right. Check you guys later. Stay safe.